If you were in a pursuit, what would be the scariest part? If you will put that in the comments below, after the video, we'll come back and talk about some things that could be the most scariest part of it. And so after watching this video, you'll probably have one in mind. We're ready to watch a video, and I want to thank Crime Cam Now for allowing me to use their videos. Now, many of you may wonder why I'm using someone else's content. Well, number one, I'm actually working on getting my own content. However, I have legally asked if to use their content, and they have granted me that. So whenever you're making your own or getting your own content, you have to go through certain steps in order to get that. So for some of you who are wondering, who may be saying you're just using someone else's content, well, yeah, I am, but I'm going to give some information during that content for information and educational purposes. So just keep bearing with me. I will be having my own content that probably no one else has just coming around. So just stay tuned. All right. So this particular pursuit that we are getting ready to watch, I'm going to end it early, and I'm going to end it early because it is involving a fatality. And so just out of respect for the families, I really don't believe that part should be in there. So we're going to get there, and then I'm going to move it up just a little bit so that you can see. And then we're going to talk about the aspects of this accident. There's a couple of things that I would like to get across to you and help you understand about the accidents when it comes to officers. All right. So let's go ahead and watch this. All right.
On February 1st, 2024, a Marion County Sheriff's deputy responded to a call at the Forest Shopping Center in Silver Springs, Florida, regarding a woman attempting to steal another woman's car keys. When the deputy arrived, the woman approached his patrol car, acting as if she were the one who had called for help. As the deputy walked around the back of his vehicle to speak with her, she suddenly jumped through the open passenger side window and led law enforcement on a high-speed 4.5-mile chase.
No.
That's scary. Anytime you go through that, that is scary.
Eastbound on Highway 40 passing the substation.
Trust me, you don't know how many times that can actually happen. Quite frequently, that could happen if most officers, if we would just tell the truth.
Yes. I'm still like really shaking. Okay, thank you. Did you know her? No, she tried to take my keys.
We know her.
Oh. She tried to reach in and grab the keys from my vehicle.
Wow.
At first, she asked me for a ride, said she needed to get out of this place.
During the pursuit, she drove into oncoming traffic, ignored all traffic signals, and reached speeds of up to 125 miles per hour, nearly causing multiple collisions.
Wow. This is actually her driving. Wow. Look at her. She's got no regard for anything. Look up in the top left hand, she's doing 107, 108 mile an hour. '97, just she's
Tell me, bud. 116. You see, these people on the road think this is the sheriff's department that's just
doing this. $123.
All right, man.
Whoa.
See if they have air assets also.
So look, she's literally left everybody. For her to stop right here.
We're now passing the weigh station, still eastbound. And we're still eastbound past the weigh station.
There's one right there. I mean, they're just now catching up to her.
No, before you switch, this is wrong.
Deputies deployed stop sticks ahead, but she noticed the police vehicle with its lights on and turned around to avoid them, nearly losing control of the vehicle.
Safety 316, should have advised they're coming up behind an 18-wheeler.
And she's turning around. She's conducting a U-turn. She is going eastbound.
I think it's safe to say she had some mental problems.
Watch out, I'll tell you. Oh, she turned around? Okay, bitch. No, we're coming for you. Not fighting, we're not.
So she's talking to herself.
A few miles later, while trying to pass a semi-truck on the shoulder, she lost control of the car and crashed into a pickup truck.
Signal 4, signal 4, signal 4.
Signal 4 station, 1033.
Stay away from the car, stay away from the car. Back up, back up, back up, back up.
6316, back signal 4, send back 1018.
Hey, you don't see an engine anywhere.
You guys okay? Hello?
Signal 4, another vehicle.
You guys okay? I'm not getting a response from this. Hello?
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and scoot this up because just for the sake of the family.
She's right there.
Not
She's right
necessarily her,
She's
but there
right
is
here.
a
Get them, get them, get them.
there's a pickup truck over there that has 3 people inside of it, and I know that 2 of them actually died. So we're
Marion,
gonna
I got
go
the
ahead and
police cruiser on fire.
skip past that part. I want you to watch this officer though.
Hey, Millers, get my fire extinguisher. Fire extinguisher. You okay? Okay.
Okay, watch this female officer.
If you need to. Sit down if you need to. You're not hurt, are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I've been there.
Three in the car, Sarge. She's signal 7.
So they use signal codes there.
How
We
is Whitney's
here in
vehicle?
Kentucky use
I believe Whitney's
10
fine.
codes. So that would be 10-6 out of service, meaning that she would not be alive. But listen to this officer, this female officer.
You moving?
You see how calm this officer is talking, but listen to
Don't
her.
beat yourself up.
No, it's not, I'm pissed off at her because now she just fucking caused 3 people to fucking die because she wanted that they could fucking patrol car.
Push back about a mile. Here's my back.
Oh.
Okay. You're good. You're good.
Hi.
I'm not sure what updates you've had. We got 3 entrapped in the
Look
black
at that
truck.
scene.
The female's entrapped inside of the patrol car. She looks signal 7, and it looks like the 3 occupants of the black truck are all unresponsive as well. They weren't passed along with her.
Hi.
Okay, let me show you all something now with the new helicopters, okay? So you see this helicopter, you see the Fort Brooks Road. These newer systems that they have in these helicopters, they actually now show you the streets. So if you're a pilot, you will actually see the streets now. So when they're actually calling them out, that's what they see. Every street you go by, it shows you the point of the accident. Look at that. It says 11 yards. So they have pretty technical information on this. All right, as you see, that was a pretty tough situation. And let's go back and talk about the front part of it. You know, a lot of people don't understand that when officers get to a call, sometimes things are so chaotic and sometimes things need to be dealt with at that time that most officers don't have time to roll their windows up and lock their windows. And most officers actually don't get out of their car and lock their car. Now, there's a thing that we used to do as troopers. If you left your car unlocked and we found that it was unlocked, another trooper would come in and turn your heat all the way up, just do crazy things to your car. And that's when you would really learn to start locking your doors. Okay. But when an officer goes to a call, most times he's not having the thought of having to lock his doors. But when you have something like this take place, a woman jumps into the car, jumps in and takes off in the police cruiser, you'll never do that again. And so all it takes is one time for it to happen to you or know someone that it is happening or that it has happened to, and you will begin to do that. So again, just think about the officer who's at the call. He's getting to the call. He's going to check on this woman, and this woman winds up jumping into his car and takes off. Okay. So the second part to this is you see how the female officer was reacting. You all must understand that it's a very, it takes an emotional toll on a police officer to have to deal with this. Now, you can tell that the guy who was doing the calling, if you all want to watch this, just go back to the original channel and it's going to be on there. If you go to Cam now, okay, it'll be on there for you. You can watch the whole thing. But if you listen to that officer talk, you could tell he was seasoned. He'd been through fatalities before. He was very calm. You know, and that's just the way that you become after you work so many or are part of so many fatalities. You know, you just kind of get used to it. I'm not going to say you get used to it, but you kind of, it doesn't affect you as much as it used to. And that's just a part of the job. That's actually what takes place during that. So, but you see with her, that will probably bother her for a while. Another thing, the officer who did not lock his doors or his windows, it will bother him for a long time, because he'll second guess himself like, man, if I had just pulled up and locked my doors, she never would have gotten in, and two people, well, a total of three people never would have died. So these are games that you actually play in your head. It's tough. It's hard to see when you go through that. And it does, you can develop PTSD from those types of things. Okay, lastly, anytime a fatality takes place, and as you all could see when she hit that car, she basically hit, let me give you a couple so that you can see. So if you have a car going at 55, let's say that car was going at 55 mile an hour, and you have another car coming at you at 100 mile an hour, your body cannot take that. Let me say that it's like your brain is smacking itself up against the skull, and it basically turns to mush. Your body is not meant to take an impact like that. So two cars, boom, hit a rock wall when they hit each other. It's basically what it's like hitting. And everything in that car, your body continues to go forward until it is acted upon by another object. Meaning, you're going to keep going forward until you hit that dashboard, until you hit that windshield. And if you don't have your seatbelt on, you're going to come out of that vehicle. It's just going to eject you out of the vehicle. So that's why, fatalities, you can die of a fatality at 30 mile an hour, 35 mile an hour, just coming to an abrupt stop. Everything inside of you comes to an abrupt stop once it hits your chest wall, once it hits your cranial wall. Your internal organs cannot take a stop like that. Okay, so again, if you want to see the whole video, you can just go to Crime Cam now. You will see it on there, and it's a tough thing to watch. I always tell people, don't introduce something into your head that you don't have to see, because it's not normal for you to see those kind of things. But I know that people are going to go watch it, so I just want to give credit to Crime Cam now, because they are the one who put the video out. But hopefully you learn some things from that. Police officers a lot of times do not have the time to lock their doors and lock their windows. Okay. Things that people do affects a police officer for their career. Seeing a sight like that affects a police officer for their career. Also, your body just can't take an impact like that. That's where the fatality comes from. That's where the death comes from, is from the organs slamming up against something, and people die from that. I really hated to have to show you all at least the other parts, but I couldn't show you the other. My standard is I will not show a death taking place. So the question was, if you were in a pursuit, what do you think would be the scariest thing? Okay, one thing is going to be worried and concerned about getting into a crash. Okay, that's going to be number one. So when you're driving that police car and you're chasing that car down, you're hoping and praying that something does not happen that would cause you to get into a crash. Another thing is going to be hurting someone. Say, for example, you're going through an intersection and you don't see somebody coming through that intersection. That's why a lot of departments have policies now that you have to come to a slow at an intersection. You can get written up by going straight through an intersection. Okay. By some departments. It just depends on what their policy is. But that's going to be another thing, is harming others who are on the road. Those are going to be your two biggest things. But the third thing for a police officer is going to be worrying about, how does it stop? What takes place when it comes to an end? All right. So these are the things that officers think about, and it's an emotional mind game while you're trying to focus on chasing a car down.